It was a Friday afternoon, and we'd just gotten out of school for the weekend. The sun was starting to dip, casting long shadows through Maplewood Park, the place where me, Joel, and Tyler went to every chance we got. The park was our escape, the spot we'd been going to since 5th grade. It had these huge trees, a broken-down basketball hoop, and even an old wooden bridge over the stream. Not much, but it was ours. We were sitting by the stream, tossing rocks, seeing who could make the biggest splash. The air was cool and smelled like wet leaves. That's when Joel suddenly froze, staring wide-eyed across the water. "Guys, do you see that?" he whispered, barely moving his lips. I followed his gaze, and at first didn't see anything except the thick bushes on the other side of the stream. Then something shifted, a long, dark shadow sliding through the leaves. Tyler squinted. "It's just a tree branch," he said, laughing, but I could tell he wasn't fully convinced. But then it moved again, smoother than any branch, and that's when we saw it. A giant, dark green snake, its body like a thick rope winding through the bushes. It had these black, glassy eyes that glinted in the low light, and it was huge, easily longer than any of us. We were frozen, our brains scrambling to make sense of it. Joel whispered, "It's a serpent." Not just any snake. This thing looked prehistoric, like something out of a nightmare. It raised its head slightly and seemed to look right at us, like it was aware we were watching it. We didn't have to say anything. Tyler took off first, sprinting up the hill, his footsteps echoing through the trees. Joel was right behind him, and I stumbled, catching my foot on a root, nearly going down. I pushed myself up and ran, my heart pounding in my ears, feeling like the serpent could be right behind me. We didn't stop until we reached the park entrance, where the streetlights had just flickered on. We were out of breath, doubled over, laughing and yelling at each other in disbelief. "You guys saw that, right?" Joel asked, his voice half shaky, half excited. "Definitely," Tyler said, still catching his breath. "We're never telling anyone though, right? They'll think we're nuts." But we didn't care. We knew what we saw, and we knew Maplewood Park was never going to feel quite the same again. It was still our escape, but now it had a mystery, a secret that only we knew about, a giant serpent lurking somewhere in